My family and friends, I remember you subscribe and share this YouTube video to go viral. Here is the Kumasi City TV.
See the Akufo letter to Rawlings that shocked the world. Hey, my brother, these days Ghanaians are digging so deep after the arrest of Abronye DC and a couple of others, and the fact that the NPP claims this has never happened in any democracy. People are digging deep and bringing out things. Ghanaians are beginning to read. The average Ghanaian hates to read. Sometimes when I see these boys on the street selling books, I understand why they left the bookshops and they are now on the streets, virtually forcing their wares on the non-reading Ghanaian populace. Sometimes I buy the books, even if I've read them before, just to give to people to read. My brother, my sister, Ghanaians are going deep and looking at the political history of Ghana, and things are beginning to resurrect. Can I tell you something? Now, Nana Arodankwa Akufo served under J.A. Akufo, and the two of them came together to make the rule of law a figment of the Ghanaian imagination. This man is supposed to be a lawyer. Akufo is supposed to be a lawyer. But they threw away the law and called it an ass, maybe an asshole, and did whatever they wanted. Over the weekend, Inus Afuseni, who was a minister of state under John Dramani Mahama and beyond, an MP who decided that he would not run as an MP anymore, was on a talk show. Not just any talk show, but a talk show that is hosted by my own good brethren, Samson Ayenini, Esquire. My brother, my sister, on Joy News. And he spoke vehemently passionate. Let's go into the studios of the News File show and listen to what the brother said. And when we return, we will conclude it in just a few seconds. Watch this.
Because you see, for a very long time, we lawyers had believed that the restriction of bail to people charged with murder and treason was justified because the crimes were so heinous. Until Martin people went to court and said, it appears that we are misreading the law. So it's not about free speech. It's about the judiciary performing their functions. And I want all of you to understand that this has got nothing to do with free speech. What they are saying has got absolutely nothing to do with free speech. Has everything to do with it. But let me tell you, the most blatant and brazen violation or attack on free speech occurred under Akufo. When Nana Akufo wrote a letter revoking the privileges and cases extended to the former President Rawlings on the basis of the fact that he was criticizing the government every time he had opportunity to go out. Tell me, MPP, tell me that what law did Nana Akufo rely on to revoke constitutional privileges? What law? Was it not unconstitutional? Was it not unlawful? Was it not reckless? But he did it. He did it. Now I can tell you, you remember E.T. Mensah at 37 Military Hospital? You remember? What did he say? The thing has worked. That made E.T. Mensah sleep E.T. Mensah was a sitting member of parliament. You recall? Of Ningo Prapra. And the former minister of state. He slept at the BNI cells. It has worked. That was enough to get him there. Do you remember Jijote?
Yeah, I remember the name. I've forgotten what it was about.
A social media commentator.
Yes.
Who, because of the arrest that was happening in this country, said MPP must be careful. Because this could make the country degenerate into chaos. She was arrested and she slept in police cells. Come back to Nana Akufo those times. Do you remember Koko Anyidohu? What did Koko Anyidohu say? What did he say? That's exercise of free speech. That's what free speech is about. To express an opinion, criticize a government in a democratic society, or share ideas. Not insulting behavior. Not insulting. I mean, sometimes, yesterday I was listening, 2 days ago I had an opportunity to share a platform with Professor Jimabwe, Ajiman, the advisor to Akufo. Adimandua. He said, what we are failing as a country is that we are conflicting principle democracy with practice democracy. The principle democracy is our rights. But practice democracy is about the values that we stand for. And that it appears to him that we have failed, refused, or neglected to imbibe or infuse our peculiar circumstances and values into our democratic practice. Tell me, which society will anybody get up and insult a leader with a cause? Tell me, which society? Which society?
But Elijah, I don't think I suggested that when you insult the leader, they should use the laws to come for you.
No.
The
law.
It's only a chief that's crime.
No.
For chiefs, you don't even have to open your mouth. Sign language that shows you are insulting a chief with even dance.
I'm just
it's in our laws. You go to jail for 3 months.
The law is that the free speech is undergirded with public policy, public morality, and and that has evolved to include hatred.
Yeah.
Okay? And harassment. Hate speech and harassment. That's what I'm saying. Then when you are insulting somebody, which look like you are harassing that person,
let him continue his presentation.
Now let him come. And then I was telling you about Koko Anyidohu, the former deputy general secretary.
That's where Lateef Idrisu went to cover, because NDC supporters had gone there, massed up there to resist his arrest. And as we speak, Lateef is battling for his life.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I myself,
purely engaging in an exercise of equalizing.
Hold on, let's hear him. Because
otherwise,
let's hear him in full.
We need to make progress.
I came to listen to the MPP's position. Okay. I thought they were going to say that we are curtailing the right of people to express their views. But listening to you, it appears that your complaint is that the courts do not grant you bail. Let me state my point. The way I myself, I had used the third past tense in the conditional sentence after the 2020 election.
You have to use the words because this English you are speaking.
If I were John Dramani Mahama, I would have. It's an impossible
statement. Yes, absolutely.
I was arrested. Anybody who has done English knows that this is an impossible statement.
Sharp.
You said you would have done what?
I would have declared myself president. That's what I said. And I was arrested.
And charged?
What
was your charge?
Section 208. So you see,
Almighty.
When they say hypocritical stance, this is what we mean. This is exactly what we mean.
No, he's saying you came in for a reset.
Well.
Reset means You are not doing
The reset means that we should have abolished section 208 and 207 and 208.
Okay.
So this is Honorable Inusaf Husseini. And that was the point he made. He talked about how Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo Addo and Kufuor came together to undermine freedom of speech. My brother, my sister. And the letter he was referring to, this one. My brother, my sister. And in that letter, what did he say? He made it clear. Nana Addo signed the letter he wrote to J.J. Rawlings via his PA, personal assistant. My brother, my sister, who is now ambassador to America, Victor Smith. He said, you know what? We have extended a lot of courtesies to this president, former president, over and over. Today you have written a letter to us telling us to extend some courtesies to him and his entourage, traveling outside the country, I think to the United States of America. My brother, my sister. But he does not respect the courtesies we give to him. Therefore, we won't do this. Expand this so that we will read it. And this one is by the kind courtesy of Kwekubako, the king of documents. My brother. And it is stunning. This is shocking. I need you to look at it. They denied Rawlings travel courtesies, all because he criticized the government, critiqued the government in power. Kufuor and Nana Addo was the one who wrote it. 11 September 2003, and the references are there. Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Nana Addo was the Minister of Foreign Affairs. And he wrote, Dear Mr. Smith, former President Jerry John Rawlings to visit Washington, D.C., USA. My attention has been drawn by the Chief of Protocol to your letter of 10th September, and they responded just a day after on this matter. The letter seeks the assistance of this ministry. Listen, that's the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, in the procurement of visas for members of former President Rawlings' staff, as well as the extension of appropriate courtesies, in quotes, for his travels, courtesies which government has since its resumption of office on 7th January 2001 consistently accorded. Government is somewhat astonished to find, however, that the former president, who uses every occasion of his foreign travels to malign and denigrate publicly his successor as president of the republic, the current government, and by implication Ghana, continues to demand the extension of courtesies from government to facilitate his travels. Hey, let me just pause here and explain further. This point is saying that since we came into power, we have been helping you, giving you the courtesies that you demand. But when you travel, you criticize the government. And watch how they equate the critique of Kufuor to the critique of Ghana. You criticize Kufuor, you malign Kufuor, and for that matter, you are maligning Ghana. Can I take it again? Government is somewhat astonished to find, however, that the former president, who uses every occasion of his foreign travels to malign and denigrate publicly his successor as president of the republic, the current courtesies from the current government, and by implication Ghana. I need to take it again so you understand it properly. Government is somewhat astonished to find, however, that the former president, who uses every occasion of his foreign travels to malign and denigrate publicly his successor as president of the republic, the current government, and by implication Ghana, continues to demand the extension of courtesies from government to facilitate his travels. This is shamefully personal. You want the courtesies? We help you to get your visas, only for you to travel and go out there and malign and denigrate your successor, by extension Ghana. And we are surprised that you are still coming to us to give you courtesies. It makes little sense to continue to accord courtesies to someone who persistently refuses to reciprocate them. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? It makes little sense to continue to accord courtesies to someone who persistently refuses to reciprocate them, as his recent utterances in Nigeria vividly illustrate. Accordingly, it is not possible, and that's the nail, the death nail. It says, accordingly, it is not possible at the moment for government to grant the request in your letter. Signed by who? Nana Akufo-Addo, the MP, and at the same time Minister of Foreign Affairs. Hey! And copy to the Secretary of the President, Office of the President, the Castle Osu, Ambassador DK Osei, dash it away. Ghana, are you awake? Hey! Former president is traveling. You are not doing him a favor. It is enshrined in the Constitution. It's part of the courtesies that he enjoys. He comes and says, I'm traveling with this number of people to Washington. We need you to write a letter and say that this is the former president. He's traveling with A, B, C, D. Whatever courtesies you can extend to him, please do. Then you say, okay, yes, since we came into power 2.5 years ago, we have been doing this. But anytime he travels out of the country, he critiques Kufuor. And by critiquing Kufuor, you are critiquing Ghana. For that matter, we are sorry to tell you that. First and foremost, we are shocked that you are still coming here. He used the word astonish. It is astonishing, surprising, shocking. These are synonyms. Astonishing to come to us demanding courtesies for your travel. I am sorry, number 2, that we can't give you this. And that ended it. What was the basis? Freedom of speech. The fact that we are giving you the courtesies, does it mean that you should go out and praise us? Does it mean that you should go out and say, because Kufuor wrote a letter introducing me to the embassy to offer me visas? For that matter, I have to always praise. I have to be a praise singer of Kufuor. Can we imagine? And Nana Addo wrote this as the Minister of Foreign Affairs and signed it point blank with those lengthy sentences, my brother, my sister, and told Rawlings that it's over. For now, we will never give you any courtesies. This was which year? 2003. All the time Kufuor was in power, no more courtesies. To the point that even courtesies that were supposed to be extended to his wife in a life and death situation, Kufuor said no, he would not do it because he was extremely bitter. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Of course, there were instances where Rawlings overdid things too. He had a lot of cars belonging to the state, about 14 cars. And Akufo said, return those cars. You are entitled to one as a former president. Why are you keeping all this? Before he returned 12 and still kept 2. Saying that one was in the workshop being fixed. It's not your duty to fix broken down cars. Return that to the state. They belong to the state. Yes, Rawlings had his own issues. But look at the letter Nana Addo wrote. You critique the government. By extension, you are critiquing Ghana. And you are still coming to us for courtesies. You are on your own. That's dictatorship. That's a serious attack on freedom of speech. Well, this letter shocked the whole world. It was so childish. Today, Nana Addo, you are a former president. You would want those courtesies, wouldn't you? You would want that. You still go around campaigning and saying all things. What didn't you say about Mahama when the elections were on? Today, if Mahama says no courtesies for you, how would it be like? But Mahama is extremely matured. He will not dance to the tune of just any dictator. The way Nana Addo was dancing to the tunes of Akufo, which was childish, so debasingly childish, is the Black Pot, aka Kokushodemo, where we speak truth to power.
Please, then I remember you to subscribe and share this YouTube video to go viral for more videos. Leave your comment to the comment section. Here is Kumasi City TV. Subscribe for more. Thank you. God bless you for your good listener. Next time we shall meet.